Okay, so here we are, first video, looking at my dog who is staring at me and has no idea what I'm doing, but let's get started. So this first video is just going to be about mindset things that I've learned along the way this first year in business. I'm going to split this video, or I think I'm gonna make it a series just because I have my notebook here, color-coded, love color coding, and there are just so many discoveries that I've had this year. I am Lucinda, I go by Luci. My studio is called Hello Luci. It's a branding and website studio for creative entrepreneurs and startups, and welcome to my first video. Last year, I decided to take the leap and leave my 9-to-5 and work full-time in my design business right before the pandemic hit. So this past year has definitely been an adventure, and I wanted to share transparent feelings of what it's been like navigating life and business and design and just learning more about myself. And I also hope that this helps you if you are also new to business, if you're pivoting or deciding if you want to start a business. I hope that these conversations will help you and, you know, we can just talk about things. So here we go. Number one, you definitely know more than you think you do. This is something that has taken me like, I don't know, probably a whole year, honestly, to figure out. Also, my dog is in the background like playing with his toy and he's like super excited. All right, but you definitely know more than you think you do. I think like I saw a lot of people on Instagram, which is where I mostly spend time, being really successful in their business, and also, you know, ads and marketing and things like that really get to you. And I spent a lot of last year like buying courses and consuming information, only to realize that like in my head I actually knew a lot of the things that people were teaching, but I felt super insecure in being a new business that I didn't think I knew those things. After this past year, I can honestly say that I definitely know more than I gave myself credit for, and I know that you do too. So definitely just dig deep down in yourself and trust yourself. You definitely have the knowledge and you have what it takes to have a successful business. And if there are things that you do think that you don't know, such as like skills or processes or things like that, then definitely reach out, take to YouTube, purchase a course, but don't fall down the course rabbit hole that I did. Number two is to trust yourself and trust your intuition. If you feel excited about doing something, even if it hasn't been done before, definitely just lean into what you're thinking and try it out. It might be scary and it might feel scary, but I think that if your idea does feel scary, then it's probably what's meant for you. So that would be number two, is to trust yourself. Number three, just recognize that there are busy seasons and there are slow seasons, and they don't define your skills or who you are, or if you are a good or bad business owner. Sometimes, you know, like slow seasons are just slow seasons and then it'll pick back up again. So that is one of the other biggest lessons that I have learned and that I am still working through myself. On that note, my next one, imposter syndrome, is like totally real, but you just have to like get out of that comparison cycle, even though it's like super hard. I know that on Instagram and on like other social media platforms, like everyone is just trying to put their best foot forward to get, you know, more business and to show their skills and to get more clients too, and that might not be the whole picture of their business. For some reason, when I'm looking at other people, I can't like separate that from myself and where I am. I have just been trying to take more breaks from social media, take more breaks from things that are triggers for me, to feel like, you know, I'm not as good as other people or other designers, and then just getting back to like what I know my truth is. Like, I know I'm a really good designer. I know that I'm capable of running a business and just sticking to the things that I believe and know. So I do think like taking breaks from social media is really good. It definitely like sucks you in. And I think when I was talking with someone, I was saying like, oh, I feel like I didn't realize I was feeling a certain way until it was too late. Like, you know, when you're just scrolling and scrolling, you're just consuming things, and then at some point they become part of it, like affects your thoughts, and it becomes like who you are. So just like taking a break from all of that to come back to yourself and what you know about yourself and your talents, that will really help you. That's definitely helped me, but definitely know that you are not alone. Number 5? Are we on 5, Gray? Number 5. Let's talk about loneliness. I used to work at a 9 to 5. I've always surrounded myself with people. I consider myself an extrovert, although now that I've been at home so much, I really like I don't even know. But like I went from school to working to always being around people to being in a workplace with people, talking, collaborating. Even outside of that, I would be out and about, going to coffee shops. Like I just love being around people and being surrounded by people. But when I decided to leave my 9 to 5 job at a design firm, I didn't realize how lonely like working for yourself can be. Other than it physically feeling lonely, sometimes it feels like people don't understand what you're going through because like other people in your life might still be, you know, at their corporate jobs or in a different working situation. So sometimes like business ownership just feels like mentally lonely. After realizing that sometimes it does feel lonely, I started reaching out to other small business owners and other women online. Like sometimes, you know, like the internet is a magical place too, as much as it does like mess with your mental state sometimes. But like meeting other people who are on the same journey as me, like either trying to leave their jobs or just left their jobs, like their first year in business or even their 5th year in business, like meeting people who understand what I'm going through has been like so great for me. So even though like sometimes it does feel lonely, it's also nice to know that there is a community of other people who have also felt lonely or, you know, who are going through what you're going through. Number, I don't know, 6, I think. Remembering why you started. I wanted to work for myself for so many different reasons. And when I do feel down sometimes, I like to think about why I started. Even if it means like physically writing it down so you can look at it and read it and remember it. Like remembering why you decided to go into business ownership in the first place. It was hard for me to find a job in the architecture world that felt like a right fit to me. So I never quite felt like it was the right fit. I never quite felt like I could be 100% myself there. And so that was important to me, is being able to be my full self, which is like a multi-passionate creative person. And because of that, I realized that I needed to make a job for myself where I could do whatever I wanted, whatever I loved, and still help other people. When I feel down about my business and if this is something I can do, I just think back to my why. I ask myself if these are things that I'm doing and if what I'm doing matches up with my why, and it helps me, like it gets me through all of the bad times. I think those are like my main things that I wanted to talk about. I wanted to do a little recap, but now I can't remember what my points were, so I'm gonna have to look down at my notes. Number 1, you know more than you think you do. Number 2, be sure to trust yourself. I can't remember the order of things, but sometimes it will be lonely, but you'll also find a community. Remember that the lulls and the slow times in your business don't define you, and they aren't who you are, and it's just a slow season, and it will pass. Imposter syndrome is real, and that is okay. Just also don't let that define who you are, and if you ever start feeling that sort of feeling. Just take a step back, unplug from social media, get back to who you are. I might have forgotten one and I really can't remember, but that's about it for today. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for listening. Thank you so much for supporting this very first video of mine with tangents and thoughts. I'm gonna drink my coffee now because I think I only took like one sip of it. But I'm definitely going to continue these coffee chats just to share more about what it's been like in business for me so far and in the future. And if you have any questions or want to comment on what your experiences have been, please put them down in the comments. I'm so excited to be here. What do I need to say? Oh yeah, be sure to subscribe and like and press that little bell to be notified of when I upload more videos. Thank you.